following show is a paid program.
Hey family, thanks so much for joining me on today. We have TJ Boyce in the building with us, producer, director, filmmaker, and artist. I'm telling you, thanks so much, friend, for coming.
Hey, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Man, I'm so proud of you. You have everything on here. We'll talk about you managing your children. We'll talk about how you get started. Let's do that right now.
Okay.
How did you get into the business of first music and then film? Let's talk about it.
Well, my father was a pastor, and I've been in music my whole life. I just from childhood singing in the church to junior high school, rapping in the hallways. I've always, just always been into music. And later on, when I got to college, just started taking things more seriously. I didn't know. I really started. I wanted to be a football player, but the entertainment thing just kind of took things faster, and here I am today.
Wow. And looking at it, though, not only are you in music, but films here in Houston.
Yes.
That's not very common for films, filmmaking here.
Right,
and we've talked about that extensively, about doing the films and just actually funding it and things like that.
Right.
But you've taken it to the next level. You really have done the feature filmed and completed them.
Yes. I mean, it's my dream is to sit down with the mayor and talk about bringing a big film studio right here to the city, and then I've done my film work here, and I love the city, and I just definitely want to spearhead trying to just really bring something special to the city.
Let's look at something real quick. You have Mr. Officer that's coming out. That's July the 30th.
Yes.
You'll be streaming that, and
yes.
It's something that, it has a message to it, but let's look at it first.
Okay.
Let's look at the flyer first so people can see what it is. Now let's look at that video.
Look, I want to help you. I do. But you got to make this story make sense to me.
Wow. Just looking at that and just actually seeing that, just the clip of that. What is that? What is Mr. Officer about, and why is it so relevant now?
Mr. Officer is a social justice art piece. It was inspired by Breonna Taylor, and I think that it's very important. Look at CNN on a daily. Look at your what's going on in our community. I think it's just going to bring awareness to the things that we know that happen in our community, and but the spin on it is something that's definitely going to make people think. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to create something that made you think.
Absolutely. Now we're having to talk to our young men.
Yes.
And women.
Yes.
And young women.
Yes.
Period.
Absolutely.
And just the conversation of having to talk to them, not just young men, but also young women, Breonna Taylor, just having to talk to them and letting them know about the officers and police. What did you get out of that when you actually were doing this segment?
It was very emotional for me. I can remember being on set and some of the actors not really wanting to push forward on some of the scenes. You know, they were like, man, this is too much, TJ. And I'm like, no, this is real. This comes right out of our everyday life, right out of look at news clippings, look at just different stories like Tamir Rice, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd. These things this is real. This is our reality, and so I shared some things with the actors, pulled up some stories and showed them like, no, this is real. This is reality, for us. And I think it was. There was one scene in particular that kind of shook me up. It was where, I had two brothers, two little kids, and just how they were affected by injustice, and it was kind of reminiscent of the Tamir Rice situation.
Right.
Tamir Rice was, he was at a park, he had a toy gun, and he was killed within seconds. I think that's really sad. Sad that that's the America that we live in today.
Absolutely. And this is 2021.
Right.
And you look back and you say this is 1966 or in the 60s or something like that. We're still talking about this.
Right.
And it seems like the only way, I love what Will Smith said, is that it's just being filmed. It's been going on. Right. But it's just being able to be filmed.
Absolutely. I mean, that's everybody has a camera now on a cell phone, and that's what's happening. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And why did you think about social justice being just on a level of talking about it? Because you've had to fund it. Yeah. You're not getting funding for social justice.
Right. I know. It's just something that was on my heart. Something I felt led to do. As a recording artist, I've always written about the struggle. My personal. Just personal things that I've been through, and things that I've always been a person that I want to, I want to help the people.
Right.
I'm for the people and for my people and for all people. But I know that I come from a community that needs help.
Absolutely.
And I feel like God has blessed me to be a blessing, and I want to do that. And so I was led to create this piece, and I funded it myself, and and I think that I'm very, very proud of it.
Absolutely,
yes.
Absolutely. You have a song out, and let's go with just staying with social justice, Ghetto America.
Yes, yes.
And you speak about that, about the social justice. Let's just talk about what the meaning is behind it and what you want the world to know.
Ghetto America is multi-layered. To me, first off, the song is about a man that he's living the hustle life, the street life, and he realizes that he needs to change his life in order to make a better way for himself, his woman, his family, and I think that a lot of people can relate to that. A lot of times when you're from the community, you do what you know. Right. It's not you don't set out to be doing things that are illegal. You're doing what you know. And I wrote the song years ago, but when I saw the impact of the George Floyd situation, and just where I felt that we were, the temperature, the climate of the country, I just felt like, man, this would be a great time to release this record. And then I put the visual behind it, the Ghetto America video, and in that video, it's like we did a flip.
On the reverse.
Yeah, yeah. And so what I wanted to do, because
what if it had been a Caucasian male where an African American male was sitting on him or bending knee on his head?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I have a lot of Caucasian friends, associates, people I do business with, and we have conversations about these things, and it just seemed to me that there wasn't enough. People would talk about, okay, well, George Floyd, he was on drugs, he was a bad person. It was just all these other excuses. But listen, hey, the officer sat on his neck way too long. Was it 9 seconds?
And we saw it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so
we visually saw him alive.
Yeah, we saw
as he was dying.
Yeah, we saw him alive and lose his life.
Yes,
right in front of our eyes, and that was. That impacted me.
It wasn't a movie.
Yeah, exactly.
It's reality.
Right. To just see somebody just lose their life, and it doesn't matter if okay, he was on drugs, okay, he was whatever it was.
Right.
That's not that's besides the point. And so I wanted to show. I just wanted to do a reverse on it. And okay, now what does that look like to you?
Right.
You don't like that, huh? It looks bad, right? But I also wanted to show this is what the cop should have done. So what happens in the film, in that particular video, the other black cops, they do what I felt like the cop should have done in the actual George Floyd situation.
Right.
They got the cop off of his neck.
Right, absolutely. Absolutely, I see that. What I loved about in your depiction of all of social justice, you make it where the world can understand what it should have done and what it is today.
Right,
the reality of it.
Right, and that's what I try to do, because in no way, shape, or form am I trying to be racist, but in no shape or form am I trying to make light of the situation.
Right.
We have a real serious problem, and I want to just be lend a voice and put it out there in a way that just makes it more it just makes it more apparent. Just put it out there in a way that that really speaks to how we feel.
How the world feels. Absolutely. There's some things that you do. You work with your children. Your children are really out there.
Yes.
And they're doing it too.
Yes, they are.
And let's talk about that.
I'm proud of them.
You manage your children.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Let's talk about that.
My son, Thomas Boyce. He's an actor, comedian, recording artist. Man, he's just a blessed kid. He's right now filming a Disney movie called Crater. He's a lead actor in a Disney film. I can't wait for him to come home so we can start working on some more of his music project. I'm excited. Every time I hear him, he's writing some really interesting stuff, man. My daughter, London Boyce, she just filmed a movie called Wonder London. Wonder London stars Vivica Fox, Tashina Arnold, Tyron Manning, nephew Tommy. Her brother Thomas is in the movie. It's a really neat film. She's going to be the first African American kid superhero. It's awesome, and she actually also happens to be the youngest African American published author in history, and she's the first black face of Bluebell ice cream.
Absolutely. She was already in a movie.
Yeah, and
right?
absolutely. She was in Antebellum.
Yeah.
She played Janelle Monáe's daughter.
Right.
In the movie Antebellum.
Right.
Yeah.
The reason I say that is that you being a parent, and there's so many parents out there, their children are very talented, but they just don't know what to do,
Right.
How to hone in and help cultivate that talent.
Right. What I would say is you have to, when you recognize whatever your child is into,
Right.
I think you have to put them in a position to learn more about it. I think you should invest in it and take baby steps and just see what happens. I personally wanted my son to be a football player. I wanted to be the dad on the sidelines, cheering, and that's just what I wanted. But my son, he was an actor, and that's what he wanted to do since he was a very little kid. I saw it in him early. I invested in it, and he's flourishing today.
Absolutely. You said the key. You invested in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that means time.
Yes.
That means money. That means
putting your own
sacrifice.
on hold.
Yes.
Yeah. Putting some things on hold because you set to stop your own career at one point.
Yes.
And then just focus in on both of them.
Yes, absolutely. And it's something that I would definitely do again. I'm going to be a father forever.
Right.
I mean, who knows? I mean, I believe that I'll be a successful recording artist, filmmaker, and entrepreneur and other things. But my first job in life, is to be a great father, and that's what I wanted to do.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm glad about that. In talking to you about the children, you actually, even from the time they were younger, entrepreneurship.
Yes. So
you didn't just give them the money. It was just like, okay, this is what we're gonna do.
Right. So my kids have a ice cream truck.
Yeah.
Ice cream truck business, like an old-fashioned ice cream truck. We call it the Boyce Kids Cream Machine. I wanted them to learn about entrepreneurship. I just thinking outside the box. the American school system teaches you to be a worker and not to be a business owner or have an entrepreneurial spirit. And me being an entrepreneur and always being a person that was very entrepreneurial at heart, I wanted to give my kids just a vehicle so they can start thinking about, okay, this is how you buy, and just all the inner workings of running a business.
Yeah, the business side of it.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I think it definitely helped, and they're still learning. It's hot on that thing. It's you probably need the AC fixed on it.
Absolutely.
But it's also a time to bond as well. And it's fun. It's fun. When they go out, it's they do well, but they've been. They're acting now. They're onto something else. They're busy now.
They're busy now.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that, because so many parents then too need the help of, again, investing, but you also need someone that is representation for you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That understands the business. Be it an attorney, be it whomever, or agent, manager, or someone else that represents.
Absolutely.
And you've invested in that.
Absolutely, I have. My kids have agents, but there was a time I knew nothing about how to get them in the business. I just knew I had this son that was talented, but I was like, okay, man, what do I do? And so I took a chance. Went to LA, and that reminds me of a scripture and a thing my father used to always tell me. I think when you take a step, we just took the first step, and then things started happening. And so I would say, just take the first steps, and you don't know everything. I still don't know everything, and I'm deep into filmmaking now. I don't know everything, but you're constantly learning, and I would say to any parent, just start. If your child is interested in computers, or if they want to get into sports, or if they want to get into whatever they want, whatever the interest is, just take the first step. Just start. You just got to start somewhere. I don't know if I started at the right place or not, but I'm where I am now. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I've had to figure it out.
And then just letting people understand the business side of it.
Yeah.
That in itself is something. Yes, creativity. Yes, on the film as well as music. But there's a huge business side that we lack a lot of times, and we lose out. We don't understand it. We lose out on many times royalties and publishing on music, and then of course the film side.
Absolutely, and
the credits.
Yes, that is very true, and it's you have to study your craft. You have to whatever that is, study your business. And I think that just us as African Americans, we don't focus enough on ownership. Right. So even though my son now, he's getting roles, and I think that's awesome. That's great. But I've told him we're not going to wait on Hollywood. We're not going to wait on Hollywood. So even as a teenager, he's writing his own screenplays now. And I'm trying to get him into just creating, create your own lane. We're not going to wait on anybody. Just like me I'm an independent artist. I'm not going to wait to be, for somebody to sign me or think that I'm, worthy of a contract. I'm gonna go out there and make it happen myself.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's do this. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back on the Cam Hill Show.
We'll be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy, because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
amazing things for you.
Experience the pinnacle of performance at Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 Cadillac XT4 Luxury Collection for only $369 a month, or the new 2021 Cadillac XT5 Luxury Collection for only $449 a month, or the new 2021 XT6 Luxury Collection for only $509 a month, all for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
When you shop Ron Carter, Cadillac.com.
Have you heard about Hero Go TV offering free TV?
And now back to the Cam Hill Show.
Hey, we're here with Mr. TJ Boyce, and we were just talking a minute ago just about business.
Right,
the
right.
business side of the whole, when you're looking at music business, as well as the film industry, the business side. COVID hit. Right?
Yes.
So the end of February, beginning of March, concerts, tours, the film industry, the world completely shut down and closed up.
Right.
And many people live by those the time frame that they have to go out, and that's how they make their money. But it was closed.
It was tough on a lot of artists. A lot of artists, a lot of people in the entertainment industry.
Artists, actors, behind the scenes, everybody, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Definitely. It was tough. I had dinner with Vivica Fox, and she told me she hadn't worked in over a year.
Yeah.
When she did the One to London film, and I was thinking that's.
Yeah,
man,
a year.
A year. Yeah. That's amazing. So those Rolls Royce notes and those house notes.
Absolutely.
They keep coming.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you don't have your credits, if you haven't been signed on the credits that you've done, if you haven't been, don't get your royalties or your publishing or whatever.
Yeah, it affects you, and I think that so it's understanding the business and also thinking outside the box. So I think those in the business that have thought outside the box, created podcasts, did other things to supplement the lack of income.
Online concerts were happening.
Yeah, absolutely. So you just had it's a whole new world, new world that we live in. We've got this new thing out now, the new COVID, and
the Delta.
Yeah. So I don't know where it's going, but I'm just trying to stay ahead of it. Stay ahead of it.
Absolutely.
And so I'm trying to do more productions right here in the city of Houston. I think we're going to be open. I don't think Houston's going to shut down anytime soon. So.
And we have such an opportunity here in Houston, don't we?
We do. And so much talent here. So it's so much land.
Yeah. Cost of living is low.
Cost of living is low. It's a great opportunity to do some really, really amazing things here. And I look forward to it.
Absolutely. And looking at some things, you have a new one out called Black Woman.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
Black Woman is actually it's a record that I have out right now. It's doing very well. It's on Billboard, and I'm really, really excited about Black Woman. I think it's going to be number one. I think I won't be happy till it's the number one. Till it's number one. But I'm thankful, man. I'm really, really thankful. It's been just to be here, man, and be doing this is what can I say? I'm having fun.
Absolutely. Yeah. Why are we talking about our queens, Black women?
We're talking about our queens because they're important. The Black woman historically has been the most neglected, disrespected person, in history. And I think it's, I think I wanted to be the artist that came out and just flat foot and said, "Hey, I love you, black woman," and,
Right.
and that's the first lyrics of the song.
Right.
And I do. I love the black woman.
Yeah, I do too. I don't get in trouble. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to give the black woman her flowers. She deserves them.
Absolutely.
She's held us down. She's held us down.
Yeah.
I mean,
these queens are holding down.
Yeah,
they're holding it down.
I mean, who's loved you like a black woman?
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Yeah. So I think it's a.
Now that you said all that, everybody's going to it.
Hey,
they got to pull it up.
Pull it up, man. Black woman, T.J. Boyce. Absolutely.
There you go.
I'm excited about the record. I'm happy to have done it, and it's one of those pieces that I can. I feel good about.
I love the way you've done, and we're talking about the black woman in such a positive way.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Uplifting.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. I mean,
because there's so many others that are out there that have not.
Yeah. Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
And are really demeaning.
Right.
The woman.
Right.
And they go through so much.
They do. I mean, it's just time, man. It's time. Black women are doing so many amazing things.
Right.
And the black woman has been so amazing in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm sure your life as well.
Absolutely.
Come on. So I mean, I think it was definitely time to give her flowers.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to do that. It was intentional.
Yeah.
And sometimes you as a man, when you want to do something special, it's intentional.
It is intentional.
Yeah,
It is intentional. And the thing about that, they have such a strength,
yeah,
right?
Yes. Absolutely.
For the whole family.
For the whole family.
And then they put themselves on the sideline.
Absolutely.
Never to do for themselves.
Many times.
But man,
Many
they
times.
just, I mean,
think about your woman, or think about your grandma,
right?
Your mom and them, your aunties, how they just hold things together.
They do.
I mean, it's as a culture, we've been through so much, but the black woman has always been like a real cornerstone,
right?
A real foundation that held things down, and so all these things were going through my mind as I was creating the record, and I'm proud of it.
I'm glad you did it because it is phenomenal. You guys have got to see it. You go by the motto of never give up.
Hey, absolutely.
I've seen it throughout everything you have. Mm-hmm. So positive with it. Why so?
Man,
because you could have. I mean, it's many times you could have given up. Let's just go back on some things that you've gone in and said no. People have said no to you. Where you've had to fund it yourself.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure you've gone out and people, you're trying to get the funding, or you're trying to get this, you're trying to get investors, you're trying to get people. But I've seen you over and over having to pay for it yourself, because you want it to look a certain way also.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
So
in
to
a
me,
black excellence way.
Yeah. Hey, exactly. I believe in doing everything that I do. I want to do it in excellence. I really believe that, and that's why my films look the way they look. That's why my music sounds the way it sounds. I believe in doing everything in excellence, and giving up is just something that I don't even. It's not an option. People that know me know that I don't even. Giving up is not even in my vocabulary.
Right.
It's like, let's talk about something else, because giving up is not it's not what we're going to do. It's like, well, okay, what can we do? It's not about. Don't tell me what we can't do. Tell me what we can do.
Right.
I'm just relentless. I just believe that it's 100 ways, a million ways to skin a cat, and if we need to get the cat skin, we're gonna skin it. Let's get it done.
And I love the fact that you kept them here. You kept the movie here.
Right.
You kept you keep your feature films here.
Right.
Instead of, and people they always tell us one thing. They say, you can go to Atlanta, it's better. Go to LA, it's better. Go to, other places.
Right.
But you have over and over said, let's keep it in Houston.
Right.
I want to keep it home.
Right. And that's intentional. That's on purpose. I'm filming something with Boozy on Lil Boozy on Thursday.
Right.
I could have shot it in Louisiana, but I wanted to do it here. It's gonna cost me more to do it here.
Right. That's what I wanted you to say.
Yeah. But I'm gonna do it here because it's I just have a bigger vision. I have a bigger vision. I want to make Houston a hotbed for entertainment. I want to stamp. I want to put my stamp here in the city, and I just my resources are here.
Right.
I mean, I feel stronger here. This is, I want to do it here.
And what I love about you said the pivotal thing is that it's more expensive to do it here versus going to the other cities, right?
Well,
because,
it's more expensive for me to do it here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's more expensive for you to do it here, but you want to keep it here.
Right.
The other thing is what I love about you is you use people that are here.
Right, absolutely. Man,
Your producers here, the lighting, the behind the scenes.
Right. So, I have I want to give a shout out to Jeff Fontaine. He's a great director of photography. He has a great team. My boy Conrad Craven, Michael Holly. I got some great people I work with, and they're all we all live here.
Right.
We all live here, and man, I just want to do it here.
Right.
I just want to do it, and I know that I could fly to LA and everybody's in LA or everybody's in Atlanta, but I want to do mine here. I want to do it here, and I'll be doing it here.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I'm glad you said that, because a lot of times, even if someone does it here, they will fly other people in from other places. They're producers. They'll fly other people from other locations because they really don't feel as though the quality is here, but it is.
It is.
You're
here.
showing it.
Right. Absolutely. It's here. I mean, it's a lot of talent here. There's a lot of jewels here that a lot of things here that's just been untapped, and I think it's just I want to be one of the people to help bring it to light.
Absolutely, and you've done it. You actually have. You have done the quality. You have done the and pull people together, giving their families employment.
Absolutely,
you've employed the families, and they're here.
Yes, I've employed my family.
How do we keep that going? What do we do to keep that going for Houston?
We have to change the mindset. It starts with we got to change the mindset. We have to cultivate. We have to create a we have to create a just take synergy. Like your energy, my energy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Synergy. We have to work together. We have to come together, work together, and continue to build. I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be, I'm going to be going. So lock in with me.
And it's so many people that are here that have those things, right?
Yeah.
They have the lighting, they have the other things, but unity and collaboration. We've got to come together.
Yeah.
And we've got to say, hey, we all can do it.
Right.
And we can do it right here.
Exactly.
Because we live here.
Exactly. We do. And and it's changed. We got to change the mindset. We all know, it's no secret that, we don't always work well together.
Right.
For whatever reason.
Right.
We got to change that. We got to fix that. We got to try to see what it is that's keeping us from being able to come together. Why can't I bring my resources and you bring your resources? We come together.
Right.
If we come together, nobody can stop us.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We can work. We're stronger together than we are individually.
That's the key. We're stronger together. We really are.
Yeah.
The other thing too is that we've talked about this earlier about funding your own dream.
Right. Yeah.
Many times we have to fund our dreams before somebody else will pick it up.
Right.
Especially
today.
We'll be asking for people to help us. We'll be, needing the help. But the first thing they said is, where is yours? What are you doing? Right. And many times, even if we do, you know.
Yeah, man, I've worked with so many artists in the past that, had the talent, but never seemed to want to fund anything.
Right.
Anything towards their own career. And some people feel like, well, you gotta have this, you got to be rich or have a lot of money. Man, there's people that are popping up every day, kids popping up every day on the internet that are investing. They're investing their time, their sweat equity into what they're doing. So it's not about a certain amount of money. It's really just about you moving forward. You taking the first step. Again, you going. I personally believe that there's a blessing in taking the first step. I believe that honestly, and I don't mean to get too spiritual, but it's just real.
No, that's real.
Yeah,
that's real. We have to take the first step.
Yeah,
I think that fear factor. Let's talk about that fear factor of jumping.
Yes.
That jump.
Exactly. I mean, I think maybe it's the fear of I don't know. It's like how can you make me feel good to invest in something that's yours that you haven't even invested in? I think it also goes to showing that a lot of us don't understand business,
right?
Because as an investor, I am an investor now. I'm going to invest. I want to see what do you have? How much skin do you have in the game? Because that matters. That matters. So I believe in funding your dream.
Right.
Especially today in entertainment, because the game is a different business. People want something that's already made, so they just add a little, put jumper cables to it, and so
microwave. They want it done now.
They want it now. They don't. The days of building something is kind of gone. They want something that's already ready, already market tested.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then advertising and just marketing and branding. It's a lot that goes into that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot. It takes it really. I mean, you can go out and market and do branding yourself, or you can hire somebody else to do it. But it's again, you have to invest in yourself, financially, or invest your own time into it.
And what I love about you is that wherever you are, you're the same.
Yeah, man.
Wherever.
Yeah.
You can be on set.
Yeah.
You can be with Vivica.
Yeah.
You can be at the store.
Yeah, we were just
you
talking.
Still are the same person.
We were just talking off set, and I'm
Yeah. Why so?
I'm just comfortable with who I am.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable. I don't have to put on for anybody. I don't have to. I'm my own boss. I don't have to. I'm comfortable being who I am, and I think that the more honest you are, with everything that you do, it's the more freer you are. And I'm trying to be free.
Yeah. You take so good care of whoever works around you.
I try to.
I'm just saying, just looking at you and just talking to you and just seeing you in action, just the people that are around you that help you out. You're so grateful for it.
Man, and I'm grateful for them.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for them. I think that you take care of the people that take care of you.
Yeah.
And I think that I really am working with some people that actually love me.
Yeah. And that makes sense.
And love begets love.
Yeah.
It
does.
And that's how I roll. That's how I roll.
Especially coming out of COVID. If we didn't learn anything, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Mortality.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We don't know the day or the hour, really.
Man, just today, right? Just today.
Right.
I got two people the two young men that I know personally. I've found out that they died yesterday, like last night.
Wow.
Yeah, just got news this morning.
We don't know.
We don't know, man.
It's not age, and you know how people say, "Oh, well, they're older," and it's this. It has nothing to do with age.
These are young guys.
It's young guys. Yeah.
And so it's real. It's real, and it's.
And we've got to say what we're going to say when we're with them.
Yeah.
Whatever that may be.
Yeah. Give people their flowers now.
Absolutely, and you've said that.
Yeah.
You got to give them their flowers right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've got to be the ones to step up and say, I care about you. I love you.
Right.
As men, we've got to tell each other we care. That we have not said that.
Right.
And so many suicides, so many deaths happen because men cry in the dark.
Yeah. Sadly, that is true. And I think that one of the things that I'm really trying to do right now with my art is talk to men, talk to young men, and just because I see a lot of that's going on in the community. A lot of the killing, just senseless, killing and daily.
Yes.
That people feeling like they gotta shoot up the ops, and it's just crazy to me. We're in a different time.
We are.
We're in a different time. It's a new world, and I'm really afraid of where things could go. It's time for somebody to say, hey, hey brother, it ain't got to be like that.
Right.
Hey, little bro, that's not. Let's look at it this way.
Mm-hmm.
I really want. My heart goes to that. Like I really want to be a voice and try to because the thing is, the older generation has been so fake and fraud and phony to a lot of these kids and young men, and so that there's a disconnect. We were talking about that a little earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us, make a little money and get to a certain place and feel like, we're better but we still, our mama's still in the hood, our auntie's still in the hood, we still have, so what I'm trying to do is like, yes, I've been blessed, but I'm no different than you or anybody else,
Right.
And I'm trying to just share things that have happened in my life. I've been through so many different things, and I just want to be a blessing.
Absolutely. We'll take a break on the Cam Hill Show.
We'll be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Amazing things for you.
Experience the pinnacle of performance at Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 Cadillac XT4 Luxury Collection for only $369 a month, or the new 2021 Cadillac XT5 Luxury Collection for only $449 a month, or the new 2021 XT6 Luxury Collection for only $509 a month, all for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
When you shop Ron Carter, Cadillac.com.
Have you heard about Hero Go TV offering free TV?
And now back to the Cam Hill Show.
Hey family, we are back with Mr. TJ Boyce. We're gonna go back. Some people are asking some questions.
Okay.
They are really new to the game of film industry. Many of them are coming out either doing plays or they're doing something. And that's a little bit of a change, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but they want to go into film. They want to do some things here in Houston. What would you say? How would they start?
Man, there's so many different ways to start in film. I would say go to my Instagram.
That's a good one.
Go to my Instagram and inbox me.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a script or an idea, I'm absolutely listening. I'm absolutely looking to do more projects.
Yeah.
But there is a film community here. It's not as big and it's not as active as I would like it to be. But there's definitely so many different very, very talented directors, writers, producers right here. And I would say just definitely look into your local film community and take it from there.
Absolutely. I think the other thing is that everything is not monetary. Sometimes you have to go on many times and learn, right?
Yeah. Hey, volunteer.
Yes.
Hey, somebody. Man, I have people that I've worked with they'll call me up and say, hey, do you need any help today? Y'all need any help on set? I think that's great, because we always need help on set. And I think that, you could just look at just so many examples of people that have, turned those types of things into success. I think like Diddy, he was an intern at Uptown Records. Now look at him.
Absolutely.
So yeah, and I think that we have to, humble ourselves and crawl before you walk, and get in where you fit in.
Exactly.
Period. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The other thing is you don't have to always be in the front.
Absolutely. There's so many. There's so many people behind the scenes that are have longer careers than the guys in front. And it's hard to get up and work out and stay in shape and try to look good. And, it's a lot of jobs behind the camera. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's so many other, from the sound person to the grip to the cameraman to it's so many different things. There's so many other things behind the scenes. That, writing is definitely. Is definitely a big thing.
The other thing too is that there's a lot of people started as extras.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could. A friend of mine, she said, "Did you see me on the movie?" Oh, that was me walking across.
Yeah.
We looking for to be, that feature person. And she said, "No, that's me, walking across."
Yeah. No, man, it's something in, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, you do.
You got to start somewhere, And if I had an opportunity right now to if let's say if I wanted to get into a new business venture, and if I had to start from the at the bottom floor, if it's something I believed in, I would I'd pay my dues.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I think it's just like it's like that in film and music and anything else, entertainment. Yeah.
And like you said, even as an extra, you are in the film.
You're in the film.
You know exactly how many takes it is to do that, because it's going to take more than one take.
Yeah.
It's going to take a time frame. It has to be in the frame. You have to out of frame, things like that.
Yeah.
So you're learning a lot.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think that it's you can learn a lot.
Yeah.
From being an extra or helper, volunteer.
Right.
I think so. I think
absolutely.
You're in the mix. You never know. You never know who you might meet on set that day. And that's actually, honestly, that's how my daughter London got discovered. London was never trying to be in. She never wanted to be in acting. Somebody saw her and said, "Hey, who's this little girl? What is she doing?" And they was like, "Oh, she's nobody. She's just his sister." And and from that, look at her now. She's a professional actress at 8 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. What you just said.
Yeah.
Also in music, some people need voice coaches.
Yes,
seriously,
they do. They're
great.
Yeah.
But they may need someone to.
Yeah.
The pitch is supposed to be
hey,
here.
The best have voice coaches. Beyonce has a voice coach. Whitney Houston had a voice coach. It's I think it's helpful. LeBron James has a coach.
Yes. People don't know that. People don't know that he has an actual coach that coaches him.
He has a personal coach. Yeah.
Right.
I think I think some people have it's like having a mentor.
Right.
I have a mentor.
Right.
And he looks nothing like me, but I love his life concept. And I have many mentors actually.
Right.
Right. I think
that have to help you.
Yeah.
You look to them to ask the questions. You look to them. We don't know it all, and we won't ever.
Never. You're constantly learning.
Like they say, the day you stop learning is when you dead. Right?
Yeah. Anything that's not growing is dead. Yeah. Yeah, I really believe that.
Absolutely.
Believe that. Yeah.
Let's look into the camera. What would you like to leave with the viewers?
I would like to leave with the viewers. Thank you for this time. Thank you for having me. I enjoyed Cam Hill. Thank you for your platform, your audience. Follow me. Follow me on Instagram at I am TJ Boyce. I am TJ Boyce. This Friday, Mr. Officer. Mr. Officer is going to be streaming everywhere. The song and the visual, I think it's going to be something that's going to be impactful, amazing. Leave your comments. I definitely am interested. Follow me. We're on a journey. I think I'm gonna take you for a ride, and you won't be disappointed. Thank you.
Remember the name, Mr. T.J. Boyce. I'm telling you, this will not be the last. He is here indefinitely. He is Houston. Thank you so much. The Cam Hill Show, 12:30 to 1:30 Central Standard Time. See you then. Bye.